He thought he was alone when he agreed to watch the old church for one night, while the town priest stayed at the hospital with a dying neighbor. The building sat at the end of a narrow road, and after midnight the whole place felt too still, like it was holding its breath and listening to him move. Around 1:23, he heard the organ play one long, shaking note from the chapel. He checked the room, but nobody was there, and the organ keys were not moving. Then he saw something worse. Every candle near the altar had gone out, except one in the back corner, and beside it stood a woman in a black veil. He called out to her, but she did not answer. She only lifted one hand and pointed toward the basement door under the stairs. He told himself it was a trick of the light. But then his phone buzzed with a message from the priest. The message said, "Do not go into the basement if you hear singing." He stared at the screen, and right under his feet, a soft voice began to sing from below. It sounded low and slow at first. Then he realized the voice was copying the hymn being played at the funeral earlier that day. A second voice joined in, then a third, and then dozens of voices rose together like a crowd packed into a tiny room. He backed away, but the basement door slowly opened by itself. Cold air rolled out, carrying the smell of wet earth and flowers. He looked down the steps and saw people standing shoulder to shoulder in the dark, all facing him, all dressed for burial. At the front stood the dying neighbor the priest was supposed to be visiting. The man smiled, lifted a finger to his lips, and whispered, "You came early." When the priest returned at sunrise, the church was empty, but the organ was still playing, and one new candle burned beside the altar. If this happens to you, run.